Alright, hey, what's happening everyone? I am the Dragon God of Gaming, Damien-Dragon. Actually, I'm actually feeling a lot more better, Damien-Dragon, and welcome to the WWE Weekly Round Up, where we go through Raw, SmackDown, and NXT to bring you what happened, what didn't happen, what should have happened, or what kind of could have happened, or what could happen eventually. Who the hell knows? We're just gonna get in, and we're gonna go balling. So, we're gonna start off with Monday Night Raw, where we had Seth Rollins kick off the show with basically destroying Elias's behind. Now, Elias opened the show, obviously sporting a referee shirt. He came on with a referee, revealing that he was Baron Corbin's chosen referee for the Universal Championship match between Baron Corbin himself and the architect, the Universal Champion, Seth Rollins. Now, it wouldn't be too long to start figuring out that Seth Rollins came out and dismantled this man. Basically, nothing at all, but just chair shot after chair shot. Vicious ones at that. So, basically he said that anybody that aligned himself with Baron Corbin will meet a similar fate to what happened to Elias. Now, I would love for anyone to keep a counter for how many times on this episode that Seth Rollins has done this. But this was absolutely really cool, so I liked it. Good start to the show. Next up, we have an actual match. Braun Strowman versus Ricochet versus The Miz versus Cesaro versus Bobby Lashley. Now, there's not many people that are, considered to be number one contenders to Samoa Joe's United States Championship. So we had a in-ring match after we had an in-ring fatal five-way match to declare the winner. And before the match, which was one of the funniest things I've ever seen, the baby faces, meaning Braun Strowman, Ricochet, The Miz, laid this man out. Skull crushing family from The Miz. I believe a senton bomb from Ricochet and a running power slam from Braun Strowman. Jeez. Obviously, this was a very big power game. And obviously, Strowman, we have Cesaro, we have Lashley. There's a lot of power in there. Obviously, we have some technicality in there in The Miz, and we have some high flying in there from Ricochet. So, everything was absolutely going back and forth. But what would happen was Ricochet would catch The Miz out of the air with a makeshift cold breaker to score a win with the 630 splash from the top rope after the landing. Whew. Obviously, Joe didn't take too kindly. He doesn't want a challenger to his United States Championship, so he went out and attacked. But the thing is, Ricochet stopped him. I'm hoping this goes somewhere. So, cool. Ricochet won a damn match. Thank God. Alright. Next, Becky Lynch addresses Lacey Evans. Obviously, Lacey Evans has been running her mouth for a very long time. And the sad thing is that there's not many other women that's getting their shots. But randomly, out of butt frig nowhere, that Lacey Evans is getting every single other opportunity at the WWE Raw Women's Championship, when she kind of has not really proven herself on the main roster. Like, look at what Finn Balor had to go through. He actually competed in multiple matches, fighting off John Cena, Roman Reigns and all that, to go to SummerSlam to fight Seth Rollins. Who did Lacey have to beat? Oh, I'm sorry, a jobber. Oh, I'm sorry, and somebody on main event. Which, obviously, how many of you say you watch WWE main event? I didn't think so. So, obviously, for a good crowd, you know, Becky Lynch came out, said her words, calling out Lacey Evans, offering her to kick the crap out of her all over the city. Lacey Evans got what she deserved by getting the crap beat out of her with a Beck Exploder, and then she simply just walked away. Becky Lynch just really walked away. Wasn't the best promo, just really unorthodox. It didn't need to be there. I guess it's just there to basically just promote the match. And if you gotta do that and there's no story behind it, it's just seems like filler. Daniel Bryan talks, and they get ran in by the Viking Raiders. Now, this whole thing started when Daniel Bryan came out, obviously saying he's like the greatest tag team on the planet. He's the tag team of the planet, and you know, blasey, 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 blasey. You know, obviously running it down an actual heel thing. You know, but what they ran into was the Viking Raiders, aka Hinton and Rowan. But if you want Hinton and Rowe, sorry, not Rowan, Rowe. But I guess their names Ivar and Eric. And ran into the tag team champions. But what they were going down to is doing a squash match. For what I'm looking at, Randy and Russ Taylor. Yeah. They got murdered. This was a murder. Yeah. Alright, here. I'm gonna run down, like, really fast the promos. I'm not gonna go in depth into them like I've been doing for up to this point because it takes too long. So here. The Kevin and Sammy show saying basically they deserve better, blah, blah, blah. That, you know, they introduced Baron Corbin, which, you know, brought out former TNA World Champion and EC3, who said, hey, this will be my new referee. Smacked him in the back of the head, obviously Seth Rollins, and that basically goes without saying. Seth Rollins knocked out another person. EC3, come on, man, leave. This is not what you're meant to be doing. Not a great promo, but not the greatest promo, but it was pretty good. New Day versus Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Baron Corbin. Now, obviously, this match was actually really good. A very good show of strength by not by. I wouldn't say Bobby Lashley. Sorry, Big E, who obviously missed a lot of action. The man came in, did some dominant work, throwing around Baron Corbin, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn, just being a beast. But the end of the match signified when Baron Corbin took a Trouble in Paradise to the side of the head and pinned the man. But that was after Kevin Owens accidentally super kicked Baron Corbin and leaving with Sami Zayn. Yeah, great friends you have there. So the match ended pretty badly, but hey, it worked. So I liked it. It's a good match. Pretty good match. Okay, Paul Heyman returns. Obviously, he's talking about Brock Lesnar and, you know, going after the Universal Championship, saying that he will not be a referee at Stomping Grounds. Yeah, and blasey, blasey, blasey. Obviously, talking about how good he is. So, yeah. Okay. But it was a really good promo. The Usos versus Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Now, obviously, the Usos in this match is going to be really good, regardless of what you think. Gallows and Anderson, very underrated tag team. They came in. They looked like they were gonna do good. It didn't end very well. Especially with their upcoming match. I believe it's gonna be AJ Styles and Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson with Triple H fighting. I forgot. But the end result came from a really good timed super kick from Jimmy that prevented a finisher happening. I believe they tried to prevent the I forgot the name of the move, the Magic Killer. Sorry, that Magic Killer move. And the dual super kicks took I believe Luke Gallows down. So the Usos pinned Gallows for the victory, which disappointed AJ Styles to no end. So, yeah, really good match. And I'm saying that they're really heightening Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, so thank God. Next up, Roman Reigns promo. Obviously, this is basically to say, hey, I'm going to kick the crap out of Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre. Basically what that did. And obviously, as you guys know, I'm not going to say anything that has to do with Shane McMahon. So sorry, Roman. Nothing against you. I just don't have any feeling for Shane McMahon. Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss versus the Iconics. Obviously, this entire thing was basically to bastardize Bayley. And that's not a swear word, that's just a word. So, yeah. But the Iconics did defeat Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Just really. But they pinned Nikki Cross after a cheap shot to Alexa Bliss, which knocked her off the apron. So, I'm sure they're just doing this because Sasha Banks won't come to work. So, the match was pretty good, but I just can't get into any match that has to do with the Iconics. I can't. They're just too annoying. And they just don't shut the hell up. Like, if they shut up, maybe I would listen. Alright, last but not least, Seth Rollins versus Daniel Bryan. Probably one of the best matches of the night. All things considered. The match would be pretty good. Come on, it's Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles. You can't get better than a workhorse of two workhorses of WWE. One that came from TNA to WWE, and one homegrown WWE talent. So, what I can say is, yeah, this whole weird angle, it just turned upside down. The match went good up until, like, you know, it got bad. I believe it was caused by a disqualification because Rowan, I believe, pulled down Seth Rollins and choke slammed him to the ring apron. Then all these, people came, like the New Day, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens got involved, the Revival, the Usos, they got in, and they had a big brawl. By the end, what was the end of Raw like? Baron Corbin holding up the United States, not the United States, the Universal Championship. Weird. Just weird. Why are we having this? Like, why are we considering the notion that Baron Corbin is any shape of a threat to someone like Seth Rollins? Sorry, I'm not buying it. The match was pretty good, though. And the hijinks afterwards, just a gigantic brawl that ended with that, was actually pretty good. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Raw. So, time to switch gears, and we're going to go to SmackDown. As I'm going to do the same thing, I'm going to skip over some of the promos. So, let's do this. First up to start off tonight, Dolph Ziggler versus Xavier Woods. Thank God this is how you start off a night. Stop starting off with promos. We don't care. Like, just start off with a good match. Thank you. As you'll figure out through this match, obviously it's Xavier Woods and Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler, a very technically, specialized superstar whose amateur background in wrestling is obviously going to hold him well Xavier Woods, obviously, he likes flying around the ring. He loves doing very unorthodox stuff. And I gotta cheer on my fellow YouTuber. Come on now. Come on now. He's one of us. But in the end, Dolph Ziggler knocked Woods off the apron with a super kick. Then brought him back in for a zigzag with trapping his opponent. One more, another hits, another super kick for the pinfall. Not a bad match. Obviously, it's not very technically sound, but obviously it was a lot of hard-hitting moments. Obviously, it's gonna be setting up like the road to the WWE Championship match this coming Sunday, so it has to be good. So it was good. So I thank God that. Okay, this is gonna be another promo. It's gonna be the moment of bliss with Bayley. Alexa Bliss had a lot of harsh words saying things to Bayley, saying that she will never be as good as her, and that she's better than her. Yada 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 yada. Alexa Bliss is really good on the mic, so I thank God that they still have her around to do something like that. So thank God for Alexa Bliss. And I have to say that because not only did I kind of, insulted her in one of my old videos from Fusion Fall, I also had to do an apology for that. And I didn't have to. I didn't get nothing from Alexa Bliss, but I still felt the need. So, again, sorry, Miss Bliss. Alright, next up, Heavy Machinery versus the B Team. Okay, the less I say about this, the better. Let's just say this. Heavy Machinery beat the B Team. Otis Dozovich, big guy, did what equated to the worm, aka the caterpillar, and hit the compactor with his Buddy Tucker Knight. I believe it was on Bo Dallas. So, yeah. And then Seth Rollins came out and attacked Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas with a steel chair right afterwards. So, yeah, they're not in a very good straits either. And at one time, they were tag team champions. And this is what they resorted to. Okay, next. The Miz and R-Truth versus Elias and Drew McIntyre. Again, I'm sorry. This entire thing was basically bullcrap. I'm not going to do anything more. Shane McMahon, again, I'm feeling exactly what the superstars are feeling right now. Anger. Let's just say this. McIntyre and Elias won, and the Miz beating the Miz and R-Truth. Let's just say that. Was a really good match. We did not need Shane McMahon at ringside. It would have made this a little more better. Kofi Kingston and Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. 2 out of 3 falls. Obviously, you gotta have the champions looking strong going into their title matches at WWE Stomping Ground. One for the Universal Championship, obviously, and one for the WWE Championship against Dolph Ziggler, which the man on the opposite side has nothing to do with it. Then the match signified when Seth Rollins hit the stomp on Kevin Owens, putting him straight into the mat, and picking up the wins for the respective champions. Obviously, the match was really good. These men were really good. There was actually an exclusive on WWE's YouTube page that showed that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn absolutely refused to do the match, but was forced to do the match. So, yeah. They didn't follow through with what they said, saying that they're going to beat them and prove that they're better than the WWE and Universal Champions. They wasn't. So, yeah. That was the main event for the night. It wasn't really bad. It was actually pretty good. This is what I'm talking about. You end the match, you end the night on a really good note. Obviously, it sends everyone home happy. So, if I gotta rate the night overall, it was absolutely really good. It wasn't very bad places. It's just, we did not need to see Shane McMahon for most of the night. Seriously, we don't. WWE, take it from everyone else. We do not want to see Shane McMahon being pushed. There's a lot of people that deserve to be pushed, and Shane McMahon is not one of them. The man is a former hardcore champion. He's a former European champion. The man has done it all. He does not need to be pushed. You should be pushing someone like Drew McIntyre, EC3, somebody, anybody. Drew McIntyre is not one. Baron Corbin is not one neither. You're pushing two men that does not deserve a push. So let's just say this. Let's cut it here, cut it dry. That's it. Okay, next up, and our final show for the evening, WWE NXT. Let's do this. Let's kick it off, and we're gonna kick it off right. Obviously, the start of the show started with obviously the Undisputed Era, calling it the Undisputed Celebration. They were talking about, you know, how the NXT Championship was just the beginning. How obviously they're gonna be, you know, draped in gold by the end of 2019. You're kind of already a little late on that one. You gotta pick up the pace. Other than that, basically saying how they should be running the show. They're going to have all the power. They're going to have more power than Triple H. And then Velveteen Dream, you know, interrupted, saying things like Cole's title would look even better on him. Roderick Strong had some things to say about that. Then out came Matt Riddle, who says it's kind of sad that he beat Roderick Strong for as much talk that they're saying, and saying that he beat NXT champion Adam Cole as well, and all that he had to say was just, you know, shut up, basically. And then Tyler Breeze came out saying how disgusted they are for taking credit for a brand that he built, and saying that there's gonna be a 3-on-3 match. The three team of Velveteen Dream, Matt Riddle, and Tyler Breeze versus any three members of the Undisputed Era. You'll figure out what three later on, and so we're gonna go in. Next up, the debuting Damian Priest versus Raul Mendoza. This was basically a mugging. I just watched that and oh my god. Just what the hell? This was just a mugging from start to finish. The end of the match, I'm just gonna save you like the details. Obviously, Raul Mendoza got in a good couple of hits, but nothing too serious. Everything that he did just angered Damian. It's kind of weird saying my name, so his name is gonna be Priest. He angered Priest, and what happened was he caught him from a dive to the outside, a suicide dive, chokeslammed him on the apron, threw him back in, did a whirlwind sidekick to the side of the man's head, and then did what could only be described as a crossroads type of move to plant Raul Mendoza on his skull and putting him down, and that's it. That was the end. It's like it was over faster than a lot of things. My sex life. Sorry. But yeah, Priest defeated Mendoza on that one. It was just a one-sided affair. But other than that, the dude's pretty good. So go in, man. Next up, we got Xia Li versus Tayanara Conti. And I keep on saying her name very weirdly. Tayanara Conti. She is Brazilian, so. But the weird thing is, the announcer announced her name as Taynara Conti. But just a little accent on it just makes it a little more better. Tayanara Conti. Okay. But the end. Wow. This match went back and forth. Obviously, Taynara is a judo specialist, I believe she is. She's a black belt. And Xia Li is, you know, a black belt in Wushu, which is Chinese karate. Or Chinese Kung Fu. Chinese Kung Fu, Chinese karate. I always get the two mixed up, even though I practice martial arts myself. So, crap. So yeah. Obviously this was gonna be a striking match regardless. Tainara had an upper hand for a good amount of the match. Obviously, Xia Li put up a pretty good fight, but in the end, what caught Tainara off guard was, a sweep to the leg, obviously getting very upset, very, mad that Xia Li keeps kicking out on moves that obviously should not be bothering her, because obviously she was like not doing anything. So yeah, but she ducked a roundhouse from Xia Li, but caught a second one to the face, which was a basically like a whirling sidekick, which knocked out Tainara for the 1-2-3. So Xia Li beat Tainara. It was a pretty good match. It's these two are still learning the ropes. So hey, it was a pretty good match regardless. I was interested in it, even though it wasn't very good, and you can obviously see that they are still a little bit green in the ring. But obviously they tried the hardest. They went out there. They did the best. So hey, I liked what I saw. All right, the ending, which we're gonna end off on to Matt Riddle, Velveteen Dream, and Tyler Breeze versus the Undisputed Era. Obviously, these are some of the best men in NXT. So the match was absolutely beautiful from start to finish. Obviously, the match consisted of, on the Undisputed Era side, Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, and Bobby Fish. Kyle O'Reilly took a seat out. I believe he's still injured, so he couldn't really do much. But everything broke down after Strong saved Bobby Fish from a pin, which appeared to be a really good pinfall. At this point, Breeze was, a little mad, and Velveteen Dream tagged himself in, which obviously angered Tyler Breeze. Cole knocked down Matt Riddle with a super kick from behind them, and Roderick Strong kneed Tyler Breeze in the face, which knocked him into Velveteen Dream, knocking him over, which isolated the North American champion, which Roderick Strong finished with the end of Heartache, the suplex over into the backbreaker, which set up Velveteen Dream for the 1-2-3. Roderick Strong has pinned the NXT North American champion. The match was absolutely beautiful from start to finish, so I can say I loved it. If you guys see anything from any of the matches I said, this will be a match I suggest you guys go watch. It's beautiful. But anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed. This was the end. So, I hope you guys did enjoy what you guys saw. I'm feeling a lot more better. I got a lot of sleep, and, I've been getting a lot of rest. My stomach is, returning to normal, so, yeah! Anyway, as you can still hear, my voice isn't, 100% either. So, hey, it's progress. Anyway, hope everyone enjoyed today. If you guys want to see a little bit more from me, you guys can go check out my playlist. Somewhere on the channel, if you guys want to go to playlists, go check them out. I have my own, which is Director-D.Dragon Plays and D.Dragon. Both of those have things from me. Director-D.Dragon Plays have my whole playlist worth of games that I've played, and D.Dragon has everything that I've ever done. So go check those out if you guys haven't, and also look to subscribe, because we do something like this every single day, so you guys don't want to miss anything we do. If you guys don't like what I do, go check out something that Chaos is doing, or something that Chewy's doing. We have a lot of fun here, and if you don't like one of us, there's always others. So, hey, it works. Anyway, hope everyone enjoyed today, but let me end it off with this. Good gaming, happy hunting, and I'll see all you Dragonlings back inside the world of WWE. Hope you guys enjoyed today, and I'll see you guys next time for some more Director-D.Dragon action. Peace.